doing? Chipigo here, and welcome to my book corner. So I just recorded this video, like the whole review, and I was like, I'm done, and I was getting up, and then I realized I didn't press record. Yeah, so giving this another shot. A book review of My Sister's Keeper by Jodi Picoult. And I actually picked it up because of another book too, but I'll link her particular video I saw. She did a rating of all the Jodi Picoult book that she's read, and My Sister's Keeper was one of the books. And I've only read one Jodi Picoult book, which is Small Great Things, and which I absolutely loved. I'm like, I should probably dive more into Jodi's catalog, because she's got tons and tons and tons of books. So when I saw that video and she spoke really highly about My Sister's Keeper, I'm like, let me pick it up, and I picked it up and was so glad I did. I'm like, this is why BookTube is important, because there's so many great recommendations, My life was changed. Anyway, so this is a short review of the book and the movie, because I watched the movie after I finished reading the book. But I'm going to talk more about the book and just a little bit about the movie. So My Sister's Keeper is a story about a young lady who sues her parents, a 13-year-old young lady called Anna. Let's backtrack a little bit. We are following this story of this particular family, the Fitzgerald family. They have two kids at the beginning of the story, They have two kids, Jake and Kate, right? Kate at 3 years old is diagnosed with some type of blood cancer. And she needs like blood transfusions, bone marrow transplant, and all of that. And it turns out that both parents are not a match. They cannot donate to their 3-year-old daughter. And Jake, their son, as well, is not a match. Cannot donate to the daughter as well. So the story now follows Anna, their third daughter, who at the point of diagnosis does not exist, right? Anna is conceived solely as a savior child. She's conceived for the purposes of being a match for Kate, and to be able to donate to Kate, because the doctors recommend that after they find out that both parents and the son are not a match for Kate, they do say that they're gonna see if they're gonna find a donor out there, a stranger. But it's a very rare form of cancer, right? So it's very hard to even find somebody who's willing to donate. But then they also say it's much better to get a sibling or a blood relative to donate for the child. So they come up with this idea, like, you know what, maybe let's have another child. So that's how come they have Anna. Anna is conceived, and even like they make sure they do all the procedures and make sure that, she's a genetic match for Kate for future transplant. That is blood and bone marrow transfusion transplant. I don't know. So Anna is born specifically to save Kate's life. That's pretty much it. When she's just born, like the day she is born, they get some of her blood from her umbilical cord to give to Kate for I can't quite remember, but it was to help her get better, and it worked. And so she's pretty much been raised like that, aware that, she's sort of supposed to help her sister, and it works. And through the years, that's pretty much been Anna's life, right? The book starts with Anna letting us know of this, her purpose and her reason for being in this world. And the story now is that Kate at 13 years old, why do I keep calling her Kate? Anna. Kate is a cancer patient. Anna is the sister we are following in the story. Anna, at 13 years old, is asked to donate a kidney to Kate. And Anna is like, you know what? I'm done. I don't need to do this. It's pointless. I'm completely done. I cannot die every single time for this other person. I'm suing my parents. So Anna sues her parents for medical emancipation, and refuses to give her kidney to Kate, her sister. And so the story follows this trajectory that Anna takes, right? She gets a lawyer, Campbell, who is amazing. Stupid guy, but he is amazing and he makes the story great. She somehow convinces him to represent her. Campbell is like, a top shot lawyer. At some point, actually sued God. He's like crazy, cuckoo. He's the type of guy that would take a case like this, right? Like, oh, you want medical emancipation from your parents? I'm your guy. I'm gonna represent you in court and get you free and not, let you give the kidney to your sister. So we follow this story of Anna's story, and the book takes different perspectives. So we have Anna, who's obviously telling us what's going through her head. We have Sarah, the mother, as well. We have the dad as well, is it Brian as well? We get into his head as well. The lawyer as well, we get his perspective. We get Jake, the brother's perspective as well, who's also just lost it. He's gone crazy. He has lost it. And the parents are so focused on Kate that they don't see that Jake is kind of losing it on this side of the yard. So that's pretty much the gist of the story without giving away too much information. That's really what's happening. So we're following this court case. And early on, the parents think that Anna just wants attention, right? Like she just wants a little bit of attention. That's why she's suing them. But alas, they're in for the shock of their life. The kid is not joking. And with Anna now choosing not to give this kidney to Kate, that means Kate is gonna die. What does that do to their relationship, the parents? But it's such an amazing book. It has a twist. It has a twist that you will not see coming. I was so mad. I was crying. I jumped from my seat. I remember when I read the twist, I'm like, no, you will not do this to us, Jodi. You will not. Oh my gosh, even thinking about it just makes my heart break. How could you? Anyways, the twist is I know I was told that there's gonna be a twist in the book. And when it came, I'm like, this is the twist, but no. Jodi just like, nah, you have no idea what is coming for you. I don't know. I'm half conflicted whether I'm like happy or sad about this twist, but you will not see it coming. I guarantee you. There is nothing that will prepare you for the twist in this book. Yeah, it's a great book. It was very relatable for me also because I had a sister who was chronically ill. She had sickle cell anemia, which is a blood-related disease, sickle cell anemia, and she passed a couple of years ago. But I was raised in a family where we had someone who was chronically ill, right? Like this happened all the time. So I could relate a lot to some of the emotions that were experienced by the siblings. And just navigating the whole family situation where you have somebody who's unpredictable. Today you're doing great, everything's fine. Tomorrow you get a call, okay, we've rushed this person into the hospital. And it takes such a huge psychological toll, mental toll on you. And it just hit me. It hit me very personally. Apart from the fact that the book is great. I think you don't need to have been in my shoes to enjoy it. But for me, I think that was the one thing that I really appreciated as well. And getting to the heads, there are things that I really, really could relate to, specific to the particular story. So it's a lovely book. It's It's not a sad book. It's really, it's not sad in the sense that it's really just, you're following the court case, really, most of the time. I loved it. And I think it does help you read. It deals with a very, very, important topic with morals and ethics. When they clash, what do you do? Because if Kate does not get the kidney from Anna, Kate will die, right? But it right that they ask Kate to do this, Anna to do this, right? And just, if the only way you could save your daughter, if the only way you could save your child was if your other child gave up their life, what would you do, right? Like, that's what would you do? That's pretty much it. And it's just, it's hard. It's hard. I absolutely understand why it was such a complex thing for the parents to process and, go through. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know whose side I'm on. Well, I do know whose side I'm on, but I just don't want to say it. But yeah, but what do you have to give up? What do you have to give up to keep your sibling alive, your sister alive, or your child alive? What would you do in a situation like that? And so she really does wrestle with very difficult, hard questions, parenting, sibling relationships, and just. It's a great book. Now, to the movie review. Don't even bother. Like, I'm just saying, don't even bother. It's just, no. No. I really shouldn't have even said that I was going to review the movie. I was just, pretty much my review of the movie is like, don't even bother. Read the book. Don't bother. They're two different stories, if you ask me. They're really two different stories. The movie and the book are focused on almost different things. The story is still there, but it's different and it's terrible. Cameron Diaz plays the mother. I can't remember the rest of the characters' names. I don't think there's anything wrong with the casting of the story, of the characters in the movie. But it didn't tug at my heartstrings as much as the book. But maybe because I read the book before I watched it. Maybe if I watched the movie, I'd appreciate it. But there's just a lot of things missing. There's just, no. So that's my short review of the movies that do not watch it. Just read the book. We'll just end there with the movie review. So that's My Sister's Keeper by Jodi Picoult. Amazing book. Jodi Picoult. Amazing book. Cannot recommend it enough. Read it. And thank you for watching my review.